Preview.
One minute till explode.
Hi, this is Senior Editor Kevin Van Ord, standing in for reviewer Nathan Minier to tell you about Blacklight Retribution on the PlayStation 4. Beneath the neon-bathed futuristic sheen of Blacklight Retribution's cyberpunk vibe lies a shooter that plays it too safe for its own good. Every so often, the fast-paced running and gunning hits a high point, and this free-to-play online shooter initially proves to be an enticing option on the PlayStation 4 if you're looking for multiplayer mayhem on the cheap. But getting permanent access to Retribution's coolest killing gadgets can take a punishing toll on your wallet. When it comes to delivering basic bullet-flinging fun, Retribution gets the job done. Matches move along at a speedy pace, with only a few seconds passing between kills and respawns. Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch modes are rounded out by familiar Capture the Flag, Kill Confirmed, and Domination offerings. Perhaps the most unique of the bunch, Domination puts a fun spin on point capturing by having you hack nodes with a timed numbers matching game, a frantic and amusing exercise in concentrating under pressure when there's a firefight erupting all around you. When everything clicks in a given match, the momentum of battle can be absorbing. The grim atmospheric scenery is beautifully detailed in spots, but Blacklight Retribution is not big on looks. Texture popped in on characters and weaponry is noticeable, and death animations are janky and inconsistent. Other rough spots, such as glitchy walls you can walk through, make Retribution on the PS4 a clear work in progress. Playing Retribution on the PlayStation 4 means occasionally suffering through agonizing waits to find a game in progress. That's aggravating when you just want to get to the good stuff. Once you're in, however, you can stick with the group you're playing with for faster access to repeated matches. But even then, there's no guarantee you'll be fighting against more than a small handful of opponents. Retribution's straightforward combat is at its best when you've got a map full of players. It's a shame that's such a rarity at the moment. The coolest combat elements arise from Retribution's futuristic trappings. Most notable is a sweet visor that lets you scan through walls to spot enemies. It takes a moment to disengage the visor, however, and that delayed timing gets you killed if you suddenly find yourself face to face with an opponent while using the visor. Points you earn in battle can be spent on the robotic hardsuit, flamethrowers, rocket launchers, and so forth. This in-match spending system is separate from the accumulated virtual currency and the real-world cash you need to spend to get the most out of this experience. A ridiculously broad array of guns, get-ups, and doodads to swap out across your arsenal drive the ever-constant push towards leveling up and amassing spendable points. Customization is the key here, but it's also the downfall of Retribution's free-to-play model. Many of the guns and items available can be temporarily rented using currency you earn from completing matches. This is a great way to get a feel for different weapons before shelling out actual money, but it takes an absurd amount of grinding to get enough to rent a single gun for one day, much less a week. Considering there are dozens of attachments available, ranging from scopes and muzzles to stocks and decorations, you have to churn through a ridiculous number of matches just to get a little taste of the goods. Real cash can be used to rent items too, but you want to save your money for the real kicker, permanent unlocks. Permanent unlocks require real money, and they aren't cheap. A single gun can run you around $3.50, and between armor and tactical upgrades, you can drop upwards of $30 on customizing a single character and loadout. By the way, that single character and loadout are all you start with. Additional quick swap loadout slots cost $5 apiece. Retribution is only free to play if you're content with a harshly limited temporary arsenal. Temper your expectations, however, and you can squeeze a reasonable amount of entertainment from Retribution without paying a cent. Blacklight Retribution has its fun moments to balance out the frustrating ones, but with a few unpleasant quirks and a borderline draconian pricing model, it's hardly a must-have shooter for kicking off the new wave of current-gen gaming.